In today's crazy world, we're constantly using things we don't need, doing things we don't like, and never really moving forward or getting the results we're hoping for in either ourselves or our animals. Are you ready for a change? Join me, Wendy Patrick, your host on Quantumly Yours, Finnessiam Health's podcast, and become empowered to take control of you and your animals' health and well-being. We're all quantumly connected, so whether you're round the corner or around the world, it doesn't matter, because we can help each other and all work together on our journeys. So come, join me, and together we'll myth bust, share advice, knowledge, truths, and suggestions to help you awaken, grow, and continue your journey to a healthier, happier life. Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Quantumly Yours. I am your host, Wendy Patrick, and I'm here just to do a very quick little podcast, maybe, you know how we rant, on guts. Yeah, we always tell you to trust your gut, but something else I've discovered. Little bit of background, first of all, just a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you if you're joining us for the very first time. Welcome. Hopefully, you'll enjoy this episode and watch many, many more. And if you are a long-time survivor with us and you're continuing your journey to try and get any more snippets, tidbits, little bits of info that you can apply to your life and help you and your pets to have a happier, healthier life, then thank you for joining us along this windy road, taking all sorts of different side streets and trying to have some fun while we're doing it. It's not always fun. If you'd watched last week's or listened to last week's, you'll know it's not always fun. So we're going to try and have a little bit more upbeat and just something else that I've found out about guts. And yes, sorry, it just surprised Dimitri there, my little dog. Um, anywho, if you are watching this, if you are liking what you hear and what you see, please, 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 please spread the word. It's up to you to do that. We are trying to put it out on as many platforms and different areas as you can find us on, and as many as we can find that we can get ourselves uploaded onto. And I just want to ask that you help to share. The biggest thing for getting us recognized or noticed or seen is if you leave a comment. So whether you're on our YouTube channel or BitChute, Rumble, or anywhere else where you can leave a comment, please give us some feedback, as that helps the algorithms. And in a world out there where there are over 2.5 million podcasters, then it's pretty hard to keep your head above water whenever there's a whole load of sharks around you that have been doing this for many, many years. And there are some many fabulous people out there as well. And I'm very blessed to have actually ended up on some of their podcasts. So if you've come across to find me here from seeing us somewhere else, then thank you so much. And hopefully I will entertain you a little bit and in fact give you some good information and things that I have found out, discovered, read up on, researched, dug holes in, poked around in, tested. And that's one of the main things that I do is test everything. And that is through simple kinesiology and muscle testing. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's woo-woo. Okay, it's crazy. It's nonsense. It doesn't work. For those of you who do know, well, then you know that it does work. It's not woo-woo, and that it's something that you can rely on because your body doesn't lie. Once you learn to get your ego, i.e., your brain, out of overthinking things all the time, and you learn how to muscle test stuff, you can tap into your gut or your intuition and find out true answers that will keep you right. So, in saying that, Guts are a thing that many, many of my clients come to me with issues with, whether it's IBS, whether it's gluten intolerances, whether it's Crohn's disease, any different types of the above or others. It really doesn't matter. If the gut's not working right, the gut's not working right. Now, one of the biggest things that you've seen is the addition that you can help yourself. You can go to your grocery store, even the health food aisle, go to your health food store, and or even do some research yourself on some herbs and things like that that can settle your gut, or probiotics and prebiotics. Now, I remember hearing about adding these things and being told that, oh, it's something I should do probably about, I'm going to say 9 or 10 years ago, probably pretty close to that. And tried really good acidophilus, Biffo, whatever it is. Um, and nothing ever did anything. So, anyway, fast forward 10 years later, here we are. Is my gut brilliant? I don't know. Is my gut as bad as it was? Heck no. Nowhere close. So what's the difference? Learning how to muscle test my food and also eating cleaner and also doing a little bit more digging, researching, and testing on what is actually causing these issues. So here's what I found out. Now, about 10, 11 years ago, it was really only the health gurus and things like that who were talking about probiotics, prebiotics, and things like that. And, you go on and there's different things. And certainly there are different herbs and different things that you can add to your diet or to your smoothies that are really, really beneficial to you for your gut flora and things like that. And yes, you do need to have a healthy gut. A lot of people think that a lot of diseases start from the gut if it's not healthy. So it's not necessarily the good things that you're adding in. It's number one, why do you need these additions? And number two, what's causing the problem? Well, just from watching other peers, if you'd like, other people in the industry that I would consider having some good information, and various things like that, then I have basically been led to test some things and go, why, when I test that probiotic, my body goes neutral, which basically means, well, you can or you can't, you're really not going to get any benefit from it, but it's not going to harm you. Well, that's not the point in spending maybe $40, $50 on a jar of something or other that I have to keep in the fridge once it's opened or whatever it is. If my body's actually not going to get some benefit from it, that's a waste of money. Oh, ding, ding, hello. So, what is the real problem? If the probiotics and prebiotics really aren't doing much at all, and that's through muscle testing a large amount. I've probably tested now onwards, upwards of 30 different products. Whether that's for people or whether that's for pets doesn't matter. The same answer for all. Very, very neutral. And actually, in a lot of cases, it goes backwards. It's negative. So whatever it is, powder that's in that bottle is basically completely inert. So it's not actually going to help you at all. Whenever I get an answer that says it's not going to hurt me, or it's not going to help me, I also ask, is it going to hurt me? So, because that's important to me as well. If there's a product out there on a shelf that you may come along 10 minutes later and go, oh, sounds lovely. This is what I need. And you put it in your shopping basket and on you go. I want to know that that's not going to hurt you, because otherwise I wouldn't put it back on the shelf, number one. Or number two, I'll turn around and go, do you know how to muscle test? Here, I'll teach you. um, but yeah, I know. I mean, I'm crazy. I come on a bit strong sometimes, all the rest of it. All my intention to do is to try and help you. That's it. That is it. There's no monetary gain from me stopping you in the supermarket and asking you if you know how to muscle test. I mean, seriously. Um, So a lot of these things are getting negatives. But my big thing was going back, okay, well, if all of this stuff really isn't helping or doing anything, what's the issue here? So I stepped it back a little bit further and going through other people who have said there's no such thing as gluten intolerance, says it's dirty food. In other words, load it with pesticides, load it with GMOs, sprays, anything else. And that's actually the problem because our bodies are being infested with toxins, whether that be the bug spray, whether that be the the spray to keep the weeds down, whether it be actual glyphosate and Roundup, which is prevalent in North America. Um, Maybe not so much in the UK. I know they've banned a lot of stuff of that, but even though the UK has banned a lot of GMO glyphosate sprayed crops being grown there, then when you find out that they import 70% of their wheat from North America, hello people, it's why you've still got issues. So you need to be able to fight for the fact that you need to have your foods labeled that say whether they're GMO free or not. Organically certified is one thing. Just to say organic means absolutely nothing without an actual certification. However, even organically certified, I've now been finding different things going on with that. But bottom line, learn how to muscle test, sway test, use a pendulum, use dowsing rods, whatever it is that you can learn. Teach yourself, practice it, practice it, practice it, master it so that you're always going to get an answer that's true to you, or for other people that you're doing the testing for, whether you're doing surrogate testing like I do as well. Then do that to find out whether that's right for your system or your system or your system or my system. And if our bodies don't have the right nutrient information, the right minerals, the right balance of everything else to utilize these things or to clean out these things, then we have to look at what else we need to do that with. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not finding that probiotics are the answer. So what we need to go is go back. What's the root of the cause? And that's what I do. Um, I will look at your system. I will look at your pet system. And instead of going, okay, I've got this issue or this issue going on, I'm going right back to your cellular level. I'm doing all the testing on it. Actually, I've been asked to say a little bit more about what I actually do myself on my own podcast. Terrible for self-promotion. But there you go. So what I do is basically you come to me with a health issue or your pets. I actually like to specialize with pets. Usually when I do, their owners then come to me and go, okay, what can you do for me? Look at our testimonials on finnessiamhealth.com and you'll see for yourself that they're all over the place, all over the map. And whether it's for me or whether it's for the dog or whether it's for the person, whether it's for the husband, whether it's for the daughter, whether it's for the child down the road or the horse in the rescue, and whether it's for a product or whether it's for one of our grooming supplies. I try to get a very, very broad spectrum in a very tiny niche market, but it's just so that I can have something available to help you whenever you knock on my door and go, Wendy, what can you do for me? Where I will start, I will go through your whole system, head to toe. And I can do this remotely. So I do it right now, right like this on screen, as long as I can see you, and I have to see you under law. So this qualifies as seeing you or your pet. And then I basically go through the testing. So, of course, it's non invasive, it's all energetically, health kinesiology, muscle testing. So, I will check you for pain, for any issues. Something just doesn't feel a bit right. Something feels a little twisted. Something feels a little tight. Something feels a little inflamed. Something feels a little blocked. And we can discuss all of those. But then what I will do is then compare that to what I have to then help. So whether it needs to clean out, and 9 times out of 10 it does. We clean out those toxins that are making that gut wrong. We are going to a cellular level and basically kickstarting your ATP into reproducing energy for your cell, which is what ATP is. It's the powerhouse of the cell, so that your cells can function at better capacity. We help you with a little bit of nutrition choices. More than anything, I teach you how to muscle test if you don't know how to do it, so that you can make better informed choices rather than being fed what you think you should be feeding yourself. I give you the tools in order to ask your body the questions, not reading a glossy mag or seeing an advertisement on TV or being told from some very well paid high up person by some corporation that you need to buy this because this is the best thing since sliced bread. Chances are it might not be for you, might be for 20 other people. That's why diets don't work, because not every system is the same. Every being is unique. It's as unique as your thumbprint is to mine. Your insides and your workings are all the same too. So you want help with your gut. You want help with getting those toxins out. You want help identifying if there's toxins, if there's parasites, if there's mold, if there's heavy metals, if there's autoimmune issues, if there's overvaccinosis. I see that all the time, especially with animals, dogs particularly. Um, if there's issues that there's buildup of something in your system that is not normal to be there, even though pretty much most of us have this toxin burden that we're always walking around with, but oblivious to, then give me a shout. Come on to finnessiamhealth.com, book an appointment, and let's get your gut straightened out so you can feel a lot better. Plus, you can eat healthier, slightly healthier choices. You don't necessarily have to eat healthier, and I will explain all things with that as well through our meetings. But there are certain things that you do need to do, you should do, and that you will want to do once you start on a journey of healing that gut and healing yourself and getting yourself to a much, much nicer being and a happier, more contented system through all its workings and things working properly. So, finnessiamhealth.com, book an appointment, and we will see you soon. And in the meantime, you know what to do, folks. Stay possum.
All information, products, and topics discussed in the show are simply the host and guest's personal opinions and are for informational purposes only. None claim to offer a diagnosis, treatment, or cure. All listeners and viewers are encouraged to do their own research and consult with their own healthcare providers before changing or adapting any new protocols. Finnessiam Holistic Health, nor any of its entities, assume any responsibility or liability for any consequence relating directly or indirectly from the information contained within the podcast.